Gotta get everything set up here a little bit. Hey guys. How's it going? Everything's a mess. Got home from work, was doing a little bit of maintenance around the house before I started making dinner. What we're doing tonight is making some beef stroganoff with some leftover steak and some mushrooms. This is a homemade version. Simple. I've got some bouillon cubes, leftover steak, mushrooms, which I'm sauteing, just cooking the beef to render the fat out of it. That's gonna go get into the mushrooms as well. I have a little butter in here. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Instead of using sour cream, which is traditional, I got a can of cream of mushroom soup. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I was up a little late last night. I was on a live watching the LA protests as they were happening. It was very, I don't know, a little scary. Maybe because I see it a little bit different than everybody else does. Well, than a lot of people do. Let's put it that way. But a lot of people don't understand the use of military force on a protest. They had a little thing in China called Tiananmen Square incident in the 80s. I remember that. I'm old enough to remember that. I think many YouTubers aren't of that age. Yeah, I don't, I'm concerned. Let's just put it that way. I'm concerned. I'm not looking forward to living into a martial law by any means. I don't even know if anybody's here or not. I can't see. No, nobody's here yet. Or if you're here, you're not saying anything. Hey everybody, welcome in. I'm just gonna make some, Nathan? Hey, how are you? I'm making some beef stroganoff tonight. I'm gonna crank the, there's a little water boiling for the pasta over here. Got some egg noodles. But yeah, pretty much that's just beef stroganoff with leftover beef. I bought some mushrooms on my way home and a can of cream of mushroom soup. Essentially, that's it. This is a simple way to make it at home for you guys. I don't even have beef stock or beef base. And believe it or not, I'm using real beef, but the only beef I have is some vegan beef flavored cubes that I bought for a client that was a vegetarian that I was making some things for. So it's kind of funny that I'm using actual beef and then vegan broth. So, hey, but you gotta use what you got around the house. If Munchie's Mafia is here, she knows what I'm talking about. You use what you got available, you know? In your pantry, you know? I want to keep it moving because I don't want the beef to burn, but I do want those mushrooms to get nice and sizzly. Nice and cooked up so they don't taste like, they don't have the texture of a canned mushroom, you know? I don't want to get them a little fried there. I may have made a mistake of putting the beef in. I should have rendered the beef first, probably, and then add the mushrooms after in the rendered fat. But hey, I'm trying to make a simple as possible. I got out of a pretty big day of work and installing hurricane shutters for the club that I work at. What I'm doing, let's see. Say hi to the chat. Nathan, hello. Lion's Mane Motivation. Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. The doctor. Snog Madam to Pompadour. Positive Cash Outs. Hey, Positive Cash Outs. How are you doing? Before we go any further, friends, how many of us have them? D-Lo Flow in the house. Good to see you, brother. Ones we can depend on. They're old school. Yeah, D-Lo, cooking. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Yeah, this is like a semi-homemade dish. I'm not actually like, making it from scratch. I'm using leftovers to make beef stroganoff, essentially. I just bought some mushrooms to add into the pile. And that's it. Like I said, it's kind of funny. I got vegetarian beef broth that I'm using, but hey. And I microwave the water, and I got these like bouillon cubes. Normally I've got a base. The one that I like to use the best is called Better Than Bouillon. I've got the chicken one. I'll show you guys. This brand is excellent for all of your bases, and it's got, I always get the reduced sodium because I like to add my own salt, depending, especially if I'm adding seasonings. A lot of the seasonings you get over the counter have already got salt in them. Some of them are mostly salt. But normally I get the beef base with that, but I've used it, I guess, and I did not replenish, so. So we've got that going on. Positive Cash Outs. Tracy's is in the house. Hey, hi Tracy's, welcome in. I'm just making some dinner from the leftovers. Get that water boiling. I had to find the egg. Oh, nope, I found the egg noodles. A little bag of leftover egg noodles. I didn't use the entire bag last time. Depending, I mean, I got a family of 4, but not all of us are having dinner at the same time or whatever. I usually make enough if they're gonna come back, but like the girls were on a sleepover this weekend, so they were gone. So, all right, the microwave is right now microwaving just those bouillon cubes, getting the hot water hot so that it's just easy to stir up and make the beef broth, even though, like I said, it's a vegan one. It's funny. So, D-Lo Flow. Food's going to be good because it's made from care and goodness. Thank you, D-Lo. It's good to see you, brother. I haven't talked to you in a while. Alright, so I microwaved those bouillon cubes and essentially just made like a beef broth there. Beefish. It wasn't beef broth. I'm gonna throw that in. And normally you throw sour cream in, but like I said, we've got a can of cream of mushroom soup. We'll throw that in. That's it. I'm not gonna, we're not going crazy. I'm using what we got around the house, you know. That's definitely gonna need some more liquid in there. I just want to incorporate that soup base in there because that will take the fat and the butter that I have in there. Oh, this is not healthy, by the way, if anybody's wondering if it's a health dish. No, not at all. This is a comfort dish that the girls have been requesting for a little bit. But. All right, see, we've got that mixed in. We got that beef broth, or the beefish broth. I should actually give it a little bit of flavor. Alright, now as far as seasonings, I don't know what I'm going to throw in here. Maybe some Italian seasonings, just for giggles, huh? When in doubt, always read the instructions, that's for sure. 5 to 6 minutes. Oops. Alright. Let's stick the timer on for 5 minutes. Okay. Now we're good to go. We'll give that a little stir around. Let them guys get nice and happy. I may have to put some cornstarch in here to bind some of the butter and the grease. And maybe a little bit of milk just to, yeah, I'm not liking that. I want more sauce in there. I definitely want more sauce in there. So I'm gonna grab some milk. Let's start with the milk. See how the milk does. I don't think it's gonna get where I want it to go, so I'm gonna have to add some cornstarch in here. I'll make a slurry. Basically, you guys can see how the oils are kind of separating. That's called a broken sauce. It just means basically that the liquid and the oils separate. And can you eat it? Yeah, it's fine, but it doesn't look appetizing, you know? Actually, because I'm sure that there are some thickeners in that soup mix that it may incorporate itself. Be alright, just a little bit more cream, maybe a little more milk. I just want to have plenty of sauce to stick on these noodles. Yeah, I think we're good to go. See, that milk was cold, so kind of brought the simmering temp down. Ooh. I think I'm gonna throw a little bit of Italian seasoning in there, just for shits and giggles, you know, just to have a good time in here. Why not? Ooh, little Worcestershire. That's never hurt, huh? I'm poking around, and of course I can't find any little pepper. Black pepper. Pepper and beef go hand in hand, so I love it. So just a little Italian seasoning, just to give it a little. Give it a little pizzazz, so to speak. All right, let's see. Let me say hi to guys. All right. Positive cash. Hey, blue butterflies. How are you? I'm making beef stroganoff. So it's basically, I'm making like a home version that you can do. It's with a can of cream of mushroom soup and some beef broth. I only had vegetarian beef broth, so that's what I used. but that's kind of a joke. All right, let's see. Oh wow, you guys have been active here. Oh, Little Princess is in here too. Look at that. Tracy's is here. Oh my goodness. 6 people, 7 likes. That's awesome, man. Watching cooking. You like mushrooms? Positive. Delo's doing good. That's awesome. Dave, Tracy's positive. Hello. Hike. Okay. Little Princess, hello. The food is going to be good because it's made from Karen goodness. Thank you. I saw that one already. I know you've been busy. You can always message whenever. I know, brother. I know. The same with you, man. Same with you. Anytime. Deal of flow. Positive. Tracy's arrowroot. Why didn't I use arrowroot? Because you haven't taught me how to use it yet. We're joking. I'm trying to get her. She was telling me to use arrowroot as a thickener, and I was like, every time I use it, it ends in disaster. I don't know how to properly use arrowroot, and I told her that she should make a on her channel. She should make a video, a tutorial on how to. All right, there goes that. All right, let's turn that off. That's done. So we can see bubbly goodness. You know. Yeah, I was telling her that she should make an instructional video on how to use it. So all I'm gonna do now is just kind of take the noodles, throw them in there, and then we're, oh sorry, I don't know if the steam's fogging up the lens or what, but these are just egg noodles. I threw in, boiled in the water. I'm just gonna throw those directly in because I kind of want the starch from them. I'm not gonna rinse them because I want the starch from them, and they'll help also be a thickener. And if it's too thick, we'll just add a little bit of milk and thin it out a little bit. And that's it. So let's see. Look at that sizzle. Woo! So yeah, it's beef stroganoff. Blue butterflies. Blue butterflies is awesome. You should come on to a live with us one night, Blue. That would be awesome. It's cream of mushroom soup with beef base. Well, beef. I only had vegetarian beef. But it's yeah, it's beef stroganoff essentially. It's just like a homemade, easy way to make it with a can of cream of mushroom soup. And I got some fresh mushrooms I sauteed in there with them. Yeah, I didn't have to thicken this one with the cornstarch because of that can of cream of mushroom soup that's got its own thickeners in it. Let me turn this off. Give it a little mix around. It's not sticking to the noodles. Maybe it's a little thinner than I wanted it to be. Ooh, let me turn off that. Yeah, sorry, everything's a little messy. This is like my first night home cooking in quite a while because I'm on maintenance. I'm usually working in the kitchens till late at night, so it's kind of nice to be home, be able to cook in my own house for my family. But positive cash out. Arrowroot is a herb. I guess it's a plant. In fact, I would assume that it's a root. But it actually has the same properties as cornstarch to thicken sauces and stuff if used correctly. And it's supposed to be healthier. I, however, I don't know how to use it, and every time I do use it, I can't get it to work. That's why I'm always telling Tracy she's got to do a tutorial on it. So You were there on Brit Live. Awesome. No, Brit Family Fun is one of my channels. I enjoy hanging out with Miss Yolanda. That's awesome. John, it's amazing to see you. I haven't seen you in a good minute, buddy. It's good to see you, man. Any other questions? No, it's only been a little bit of a live for a few minutes, but yeah, it's just beef stroganoff made with leftovers, and that was it. Cream of mushroom soup condensed. Now go out and have a cigarette while it cools down. Ooh, and I left the fridge open, of course. Of course I did. I'll go out and talk to everybody for a minute. Get it off this tripod. I was on a live last night for there was somebody that was actually inside of those LA riots, and it was crazy to say the least, you know, especially watching it live from this guy that was in there. He's like a up and coming journalist. I threw that post in my live or in my on my feed. Just because he was like literally right there in the middle of it all, you know. My area is doing good, John. D-Lo, my area is doing good. I'm getting, yeah, there's nothing much going on here, you know. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but if it does, I'm going to be quick to snatch that camera up and do it. He doesn't live here. He only lives here during the winter, so he's not actually at Mar-a-Lago during the summer. In fact, his club is completely shut down. There's not even, well, there wasn't Secret Service over there, but somebody tried to hop over his wall a few days ago. I want to say like 4 or 5 days ago. Somebody tried to hop over the wall to Mar-a-Lago, and because of that, now it's all heightened security. It's almost back to, I'm not going to say it's back to where it was, because before, to get onto the property, you'd have to go through these bomb sniffing dogs. These they search every package, everything, every box that's in there. It gets opened. The dogs are going in and out. They've got detectors. They've got drones. They've got all sorts of stuff, you know. You should have seen Ottawa during the truckers convoy. It was amazing. You should have took some film of it. That would have been cool. I would have enjoyed seeing that. Especially one of my favorite YouTubers is a trucker, the Solomon Project. I'm about an hour and a half drive on the freeway from Miami, John. No blue butterflies. This guy is an aspiring journalist. He's not an actual journalist. But if you look at his page, he's got a lot of stuff. He's there in LA, and he's filming. He actually like he got on a bike, and he had literally, because where he was standing, he was behind the protesters, and they started tear gassing like where he was at, and he had to take off and move back, and all he was doing was just filming what was going on, you know. So crazy break in Bayside, and there was a lot of police on the news, and people were saying that they saw aliens, actual alien. I don't know about that, John. To be honest with you, you gotta take uh, you gotta take that with a grain of salt, with all that stuff. You know what I mean? where there are strange lights and stuff like that going on. That happens common. The last weird celestial event that we had was when Elon's thing blew up. His rocket blew up, and he shot it from Texas, and it was going over Florida when it blew up, and it was literally like rain. Just a weird phenomenon in the sky, you know. Oh, that's just Miami in general. There's always a lot of weird people running around acting crazy. You know? Why do you think I am how I am, buddy? I'm not cut from the same cloth as most people, I suppose. Because I'm used to it. You guys want to say hi to Max? Max! Max! Say hi. All right, Max says hi, guys. It's cool, but it's hot. It was like, with the humidity here today, I think it was 87, but if they have a feels like temperature and it felt like 96. Bye, Tracy's. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping in, Tracy. It's always a pleasure. You should go live with us one day. Blue. Oh my God. I was working a lot. I just got switched over to maintenance and I haven't had time, but I'm kind of embarrassed by this, but I'm kind of proud of him. It'll get swept up this weekend probably, but he is a master box shredder. Isn't that right, Max? You gonna say hi? Kind of. Oh, he does it. The cigarette's making him. What? Cigarette's making him sneeze. Oh, he's getting the pieces. He's finishing them off. No, come on. Come inside, buddy. What do you want? Come inside. Come on. Good boy. Just gonna grab a quick little. Can you give Max a bone?
What?
Can you give him a bone? A treat? Oh my goodness. Yeah. But I'm gonna finish this cigarette and go into the house, but it was good. Thank you guys for stopping in. That was awesome. Saw a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. And some new people too. I hope everybody is having a great time, great day. Especially, I'm on live, honey. Just so you know, I'm only on for a few more minutes. Did you hear me? Okay.
You smoking my cigarettes?
Yes, I am.
You have your own right here.
All right. Well, I grabbed yours first. Sorry.
Oh, don't do that.
Now I'm in trouble. But no matter how deep trouble is that I get into, beef stroganoff is the favorite of the house. So
Like
I'll be out.
Do the dishes.
I'll be off the hook in a few minutes. I always enjoy it when you're in the house, John. Always. Always. I remember I was on my way to work one morning and we were chatting in the car because I was a little bit early and I pulled over and just chit-chatting with you. No, I'm having a pale ale, but I'm actually trying to stop drinking. So that's like a thing I'm gonna try to do. I get successful for a little bit, but then something usually triggers it and I end up going back to it. But Yes, John. Yes. Everybody will be happy. They'll be singing, as Bill Cosby did in one of his bits, you know. Dad is great. I know, John. You know more than most people. I've been struggling with this for a while, so yeah. But I got to tackle one at a time. No way I'm gonna be able to do both. I tried that once. I actually did it for about a month before I almost wanted to kill somebody. Drinking first, then the smoking. Because I've done both. I've quit drinking and I've quit smoking. But together is, you know, we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this live, but thank you all so much for joining me. And hope everybody has a wonderful night. Yes. And you being diabetic, Blue, that's not good. We lost my wife's stepfather to diabetes. So I understand what you're going through, you know. My mother's diabetic. Um, you know, I understand. It's rough. You have to adjust your whole way of eating, you know, and it's hard when you've been eating that way your entire life. It's like, what do you mean I gotta stop eating Twinkies and Ho-Hos? What? What? So, have a great night. Positive crash outs. Thank you for coming in. Michelle! In the house. I'm just ending it, hon. You quit trying to quit. It's good. It's good to see you. Good to see you around. I love your peaceful vlogs. I put them on to go to sleep some nights. I like your serenity videos that you've been doing. They do help with sleep. Bye bye, everybody. I'll thank you guys for joining in again. And welcome anytime. Anytime. Michelle, good to see you. Bye, guys.